Hi all, good morning, good evening. My name is Hemant Gandhi. I have around 11 plus year of experience in software testing. I have been teaching from last 3 years, Playwright, Selenium, and now starting with AI testing. I have been exploring AI testing from a very long time, like more than 1 year. I actually own one AI powered tool as well. It is a software which will help basically full stack developers who wanna be a full stack developer, I would say. So how they can become a full stack developer? In that we have actually integrated the AI layer, which I will also showcase you, which will be the real project on which we guys are going to implement all our learnings as well. So that is a complete live project I have for you, uh, and that you can even utilize in your real scenarios as well, and you can also showcase in your projects in your CVs. Ki this is what I have learned while I was going through the journey of AI testing. So this basically course is built in a way that you will be learning the main fundamentals of AI testing, which will be more suitable. I would say suitable for both the people who are actually coming from manual and automation testing. So you will watch the whole set of syllabus that also talks about looking at how we understand AI testing, what all are the fundamentals. Then we will see that how we can do the testing via manual, but the concepts and fundamentals are completely different, and they have different topics to discuss for as compared to the way we were doing traditional testing. So those kind of things will be different. The approach will be different, but the people who are we are the quality engineers. We are the ones who are going to check the quality of the responses, how that AI powered software is responding us, and what all we are learning from it, and how we can make that product best for the use and can introduce to well in the market. So that will be our purpose being a QA. So let me just take you to a overall brief between how they are different. So first of all, I would like to start with difference between traditional and AI testing. I am expecting you guys are coming from either from software testing background, or maybe if you are from development background as well, but you have exposure to testing, you know how does the testing work. So I will be discussing about how we have been doing from very long time. I see people are coming with 5 years, 10 years, 15 years experience. So all those experiences we had in QA, we have been testing some traditional softwares. So in general, I would say, let's say we got a task to do, or maybe a requirement we have got. What we will do, we will look at that requirement document. We will create certain set of test cases for it, and those test cases will be resulting us either true or false, or you can call it as pass or fail. So that was a kind of mindset we were having, that either we will be receiving true and or false. If it is false, then what we are going to do is, or maybe it is fail, what we are going to do is you are going to raise a bug for the same and assign it to the developer. So that is a common process, or I would say a general process we have been doing from very long time. Then this AI testing came into the picture. AI testing is more of having different verticals as well. So one vertical is like we transformed from manual testing to automation testing in this last few years. And now things are changing to AI testing, where you guys are actually using AI powered approaches, where you guys will not be writing the scripts yourself, and you will letting that co-pilots like stuff or cursor write it for you. But again, you should know how to interact with them. So that is one vertical where you guys will not be writing the automation scripts by yourself. Cursor like tools and MCPs and your co-pilots are the ones who are helping you and assisting you to write the code. And then you need an observation approach, or you can say supervision approach, where you will be checking that the code which you have received is correct for me or not. So that is something which is you will be doing, and that is what has been transformed while we introduced AI into the testing. Then coming to So the previous one which I'm talking about is talking about the traditional software testing only. So you have been doing testing on traditional software, then you implemented automation testing. In that you implemented AI so that AI can write a automation script for you and AI can set up a complete pipeline for you. So that assistance is what has been integrated from the AI perspective. Then what is going on now these days is so many AI powered software has been launched. Even you might be watching people are coming up with they're very young, 13 year 15 years guy are coming up with so many tools, and they're establishing is they are selling them, they're earning well out of it. So all those things which are going on, and in that case, people like us who are QAs or want to contribute to the quality of the product will be also in demand, right? But how it is going to be different, let me show you what we were doing quickly on traditional. We were actually having certain fixed business rules. We know a BRD is there. This is how it should things should work. We were having requirements and specifications. So this is all we are talking about, what you already been doing from last so many years. Or if you are even fresher as well, this is what software testing was talking about. Then you have certain if-else logic which developer has built it in your case, and then you are checking via putting an input, then process it. Maybe it is a button or a login functionality you are testing. Then you click on a button after putting a credential and looking for an output. Output means you are landing to the home page after doing the login. So here we are looking for the deterministic results where 1 plus 1 is 2, or maybe you are trying to log in with the right credentials, you are able to log in well. If you are putting some wrong credential, you will be getting some error saying your username is wrong, password is wrong. That is again expected. So that will be your test cases which you guys are going to test with. And also you will be kind of becoming a full stack QA, which is where you are testing UI, APIs, as well as your database integration. So all three layers, back end, front end, and in the integration part. So this is your traditional testing. Now this AI testing, I would say, is what we are doing here. We are completely looking for a data quality here and not those 1 plus 1 equal to 2. And then we are looking for biasness and fairness. So you might be actually talking to ChatGPT or other LLM tools, and you might have maybe observed that they also give you some kind of false answers with a certain confidence. Let's say I ask for a code to write for me, they will give you a certain code which is not relevant for me. But the confidence you will see in that conversation is very much high. So that is what we guys have to test. Okay, so that is you can call it as biasness. It could be in the direction of having for a region for somebody who is a male versus female. So any kind of bias can be happen, and you are looking for certain fairness in the responses. So things have completely changed. Here we are playing with certain data. Data is what is there in the behind scene of that AI trained model. So you are putting an input in the data model here in the black box. This black box model is more of your chat GPT perplexity. And then you're getting the responses out of it. And then you are checking for the probability. So you are not checking the one which you are checking in the traditional. In traditional, you are completely checking if it is 100% true or 0% false, correct? Here things have changed where you are looking for a better probability. The answer which you are going to get should be at least 80% accurate so that your model is well established and good to go in the market. So, in that journey of making that product good to go in the market, we are the guys who are quality engineer will be testing through a variety of topics which we have in the AI testing syllabus. So that I am going to teach you from the practical exposure completely and not from just reading the slides and the theoretical part. So my approach will be we will pick up one topic, for example, bias testing. It is one of the topic in AI testing. if you don't know. And then we will take it up with a practical example, which I will show you in the demo as well. And then you will see what all things we have to do from the AI testing perspective. So what you are expecting in the result out of this AI testing is your prediction correctness, whatever you are getting, right? It is going to predict for you, and what are the accuracy in that. So all of these are kind of items which you are going to check how much accurate it is, how much precision was there in the result. So that result approaches or even the input approaches has completely changed if you compare it with what we were doing in the traditional approach. So this is what you are going to learn here is you are going to understand the fundamentals of AI testing first, and then you have certain approaches where you can test it manually. Then I will showcase you testing through API testing, and then I will show you testing through your Selenium with and Playwright with JS and all of that. That comes in the picture of automation. So I will show you what all aspect is required from all these manual and API and automation perspective as well. Then there's something called as drift. That is one more topic we have in AI testing. So what this will bring on the table is, uh, let's say your particular model which you are trying to train or your company is going to train, and we are the one who is testing it, is being tested in 2 years old data or maybe 3 years old data. And there is something new came in 2026. So your model which you have trained is not updated with the new things. So if you ask something new as an input, there is possibility that you will be getting a less probable answer, right? Your probability will reduce because you're asking something new which is not there in the trained data of your model. So that is what drift is. Drift means your model should not kept outdated. It should be updated with the latest releases and inputs as well. So such kind of topics will be a lot. So I will try to come up with just single one so that you can have a essence of how AI testing goes into the picture. And what are the core principle in this case? If you compare it with the previous one, here the core principle was in traditional is same input always give you same output. Okay. If I say that my username is Hemant and password is Gandhi, so I'm going to get the same output all the time. I will be able to land it to my home page. But here things are different. You are first interacting with some model, and that is going to give you a different output as well. Let me give you an example where let's say you ask a question from ChatGPT, then you ask the same question or the prompt from Perplexity, then you ask it from DeepSeek. You will see there are different answers from them. Why it is happening? Because all of three are being trained with different models. Okay. So that phase has completely been changed. And I'm expecting you are understanding from the AI testing of those MCP as well. That is something separate. So we have a traditional software which we have been testing from long time, where we can integrate all three like manual, API, automation, everything. Here in AI testing as well, we can integrate all of three, but the fundamentals are completely different. Here we are not checking for 100% results. We are checking for something, let's say 80% is kind of cap for us. Okay, so I will give you an opportunity to ask question in last 15 minutes or maybe in between if I feel I can make you jump in with, you can unmute yourself and ask. So quickly, a key difference which we just discussed, traditional versus AI testing. Here we are looking for a code based. Here we are looking for data based. In behind the scene in your websites or whichever things you are testing, right? There is certain code written. That code is working correct at different edge cases and all of that is what you test in your QA, in your traditional one. Versus here, it is all about data. How well your model is trained, that is what you are checking. Okay. Then this is rules driven, where rule means again that if else conditions which developer is implementing based on the rule which has been defined by, let's say, business analyst. Here it is completely a pattern based. Or you can assume, let's say there is a image which you are trying to upload in ChatGPT, and then you are asking something out of it. So that image could be a even for a patient as well who is just having certain illness, and on the basis of that you are taking a suggestion from it that what all further test I can get it for that person. Here you are looking for yes and no. Here you are looking for the probability answers. How much probability is there for the answer which you have received? It will be measured in your percentage. So your maybe a bar could be that your answer could be 80% correct. Otherwise, things are not good. Then you have to think of what are the root cause and how you have to improve it. Then you have a stable logic in the traditional one. You know what should happen. Then you are checking it on the basis of that. Here it is completely learning system. How well your model is trained, that is going to give you the responses. Here you are actually having a certain bug which you are going to raise as a tester. That is your coding error, which is done by the developer. Right? We do interact with developer that this is what you have done wrong. If someone asks you that how why you have raised this bug, here the bug is in the data and the model. So you can see there is a complete mindset change when you guys are actually targeting to test something which is designed from the AI perspective. So you can call it as AI powered software. So these all things will be taken care. And when you were testing something which we have been doing long time, is what is your traditional one. Almost similar thing which I said before. Here you are checking for pass fail criteria, traditional. Then here you are checking for the confidence intervals, how confident your model is while it is answering you some questions, right? Then you are exactly expecting some output. So that also has been written in your document that this is what you are expecting. Here it is all about the probability. Then again you have to decide how much probability you can see in the answers, right? Again, there is a probability on the basis of, let's say Hemant is asking something from India versus Venkat is asking something from US. Okay, that can be seen in the answers as well. Then you are looking for a 100% bug-free goal. Here you are actually managing the risk rates. Your test cases are more of repeatable. Here it is all about the statistical significance you are looking for. Let me take you now jump to your real kind of project where you will find. Just a So this is a kind of login system you can see here. So let me just brief it about this, how it has been designed. So let's assume this is a AI powered login system. What all we can provide an input. So this piece can be a part of the whole website as well. So this is just one module which I have designed for testing one module of AI testing, which is bias testing. Okay. So we are going to test bias testing, bias topic with this sample, and I have certain such sample which is 8 plus in 8 plus in number. So for certain different topics we will be having such kind of samples, and along with that I was talking about code bench, which is Hemant and one more guy owns. So that you will be having an exposure of real AI powered tool as well. There also we will see all of these topics, how we can try with and see what all responses we are going to get. So I will be giving you a complete exposure to the real world. How does the AI powered system look like, and how as a QA engineer we target them and test them. So just quickly brief me about this, that this is where you are actually having a user named as John Doe. You can take yours as well. I can create one for you. Then you are putting a password. Okay. Then this is a region simulation where the user is same, even you can change the user as well. You are going to see how come your system is going to respond when you guys are going to change the region and keeping the username same. So let's say John Doe is traveling from US to UK. There he found maybe he is like work or work from home person. So how he just traveled over there and what response from the login he is going to see. Or maybe he traveled to India to explore. In between, he's kind of doing testing and actually, sorry, using the basic this particular project, right? He's trying to log in. So this can be a public website as well. It could be Facebook or anything like that. Okay. So in that, if that John Doe is in US versus in India versus in Nigeria, how this system is going to respond, that we are going to see. Then we have certain permutation and combination which you can add. One being your devices where you have iPhone. Let's say John was doing login through iPhone in US. Then he went to, let's say, India, and there he just went to some computer place, and there he found a window PC. So there he tried with certain credentials to log in. He was doing some certain task to go with, even with an unknown device as well. So that is also possible. Your system which you have designed or your product is not able to track which kind of device it is. It happens. You also get certain message, na? An unknown device is trying to connect with you, such kind of things. Then also we will play with that at what time that person is trying to log in, that also being analyzed. So let's say if Hemant is trying to log in midnight, so if that login functionality could doubt on me, कि why Hemant, who is actually in India, is having certain time zone, why is login at 2 a.m. in the morning? So that could be one combination where login can respond. Okay. So what we are going to test here is this simulation is it is more of simulation, which you can call it a demo. This is going to demonstrate you the AI bias testing, identical login behavior. Identical means the user is same. How it is going to receive different risk score. So risk means if that person is in India or Nigeria, that's our system on which he's trying to log in will show certain risk. Ki you guys are not from the right place. Can you give me certain answers to the questions so that I can let you in? So you might have seen if you try your login, let's say on Gmail itself, from other system, maybe from mobile, from others. So they will ask you some two-factor authentication or maybe certain security question as well, right? So that kind of things can happen. So on the right hand side is the results where you can see a dashboard. Just a second, let me just plug in the. So this is on the right hand side is what your risk scores are. Risk is being designed or coded in a way that if my system find that the risk percentage is more than 30, or you can say something which is coming in the range greater than decimal 30, that person will not be allowed to access, right? So let's try this with different combinations. So let's say if I try with the US, an iPhone, and 2 p.m. in the afternoon, if I click on it, you will see that I got a risk score of dot zero 0.05 or decimal zero 0.05, which is less than dot 0, 30, which I just said. So I am allowed to access. correct? So it is just a mimic where you are trying to log in. If you see allow access means you can get into the website on which this login system has been designed. So let me change it to UK and then try. The score has changed from zero point zero 0.05 to zero point 0, sorry, 13, but still I'm allowed to access. So this means UK is also a kind of region where my system think that there are certain genuine people who are trying to log in. Let's do Nigeria now. Now you can see the difference. It is saying you require to have the verification first. And you will see this message saying that you are having a bias detections, where if you are comparing with it with US, there are more chances that you will get a login challenge. So this is a challenge.
Oh,
Challenge simple that it is asking you for more questions just to verify you are a genuine user or not who is trying with a certain credentials. Okay, so if I do it in India, then also it is saying require verification. If I do Brazil, it is allowing me the access. If I do Singapore, Germany, can you please mute yourself, Anuradha? And
you
okay, so you can see the region responses where Hemant, let's say this is not Joan, this is Hemant. While I was in US, I was allowed to access in one go. Nobody is asking me any random question. So there is no security issues as such. But when Hemant went to India, then it start asking me certain verification questions. When Hemant went to Nigeria, then also happens the same way, same thing. So looking at this responses, you can call this as a biasness. Biased is simple. You know, this is a common term, English term, where you see na, your manager is biased with one guy and not with other. So if that person is biased with one guy, they will go give more perks to that person. So that is what happening here also. My login functionality is biased with US. So it is always allowing somebody whosoever is trying to log in to enter in one go. So I'm not saying 100%, but the risk factor is just zero point 0.8 in US. The risk factor is India is 0.33, which is greater than 30, which I just said this is a bar which I was telling you. In Nigeria is too much where it is going up to 72 as well. Here in Singapore it is 33 again. I tried with Singapore. There is a possibility if I try with different combination and maybe in the midnight, then it will say require verification. So here we are coming up with risk scores with not a single login. We are having like 100, maybe 1,000 logins, and in collaboration of all those data which we have collected, this number is coming from that. Then for Singapore, then for Brazil. So this is how this system, the login functionality, is biased with certain different regions. So it is completely biased with US, where it is allowing you enter into the system easily. Even with Brazil as well, there will be less chances you are going to get any verification issues. Then same thing has been shown in this chart. So the maximum is your region bias in your risk factor breakdown. Then your unusual location. Then device risk that Hemant is using which device. Maybe if I do unknown device and then do US, then click on this, then it is saying me required verification. So can you see Hemant is still doing your normal manual testing, but the fundamental or something which was we were doing and looking at a software has been changed. Okay. So bias is one of the topic out of the syllabus, which I'm trying to make you fit well and understand things. Then there is something called as false positive. False positive means the person is genuine with the credentials, John Doe and this one, but he is not allowed to enter, or he or she is not allowed to enter into the website. So this also is also a terminology which we use commonly in AI testing, which means the person is positive, but he is getting a false responses. That is what we see. Okay. So what is the percentage of that is been seen through this line graph. So here in UK it is 11, then Canada it is 9. In US it is the minimum one, 8%, and in Nigeria again it is 40%. Okay. And you can see all those recent history which Hemant has just tried to simulate here. So you can track this as well. Then whatever I did, now I want to showcase it to my leadership that this is all I have came up with. I can have a document as well, which looks like, let's say this one. So I made a kind of test cases for you. So it will look like the same way we do, right? But here you can see the expected results say something different. Something called as risk scores, decisions, charts. Okay. FPR, which we just saw. Okay. FPR is false positive responses. What is a percentage? So in the US, it was 8. In Nigeria, it is like 40% or more than that. So how you can, so there are calculations as well that how can you can come up with a ratio that how much biased it is, how much violation. So I will not be filling you with so many words. So this is how you can create your kind of test cases. And here I've created certain bias detection test cases as well. So this is why the way your team can track. But again, this is not recommended in AI testing. Better to go with like tools like Jira, Qtest, ALM, whichever you guys are using. So that is the best one, so that the track can happen in a better way. Otherwise, if you don't have access to those, your company doesn't have such much budget. So this is the best way to go with. Coming back to this dashboard, let's say if I give it, so I'm the manager in my company, I have certain leadership as well. So if I give such kind of report to them, they will not be feeling good, right? So if I want to give them better results so that they can see and discuss on it, so this is something which you can design. Out of like 10 regions, we got something around FPR difference is more of 32%. Status were like um detected and violation was there. So there was a lot of biasness you can see in the results where Nigeria was on the top. So if you compare Nigeria versus US, you will see a bigger difference. So the purpose of your product should be that it should not be biased with locations or maybe male or female. So the issue behind that could be a developer as well. That developer has written the code on the basis of, let's say, men versus women. That is one probability. And more possible probability of having such wrong responses is the data on which it is trained. So coming to this, what I personally feel as a test engineer, if my this functionality is showing some biasness, that means the data on which this particular project is being trained is from the US. So more of the data which were good data that those person was genuine and everything was good. So let's say thousands user data was given for the training of this particular website from US, or maybe only 10 20 of them from India and Nigeria, and those 10 20 also are not the correct or good genuine users. Because of that, it has mimicked that okay, the people who are coming from Nigeria are not having good track rate. So on the basis of that, they that biasness can be seen. But the problem could be if somebody who, let's say, I own this product and I want to launch it globally and not at a certain region. When I say region means any part of the world like US and UK. So I will not be going with the biased implemented or left in my product. Okay. My product should not make you feel like biased. Okay. My AI product. So what I have to do is I have to kind of stabilize it. So very first thing which we are going to identify is whether this is a biased one or not. And then we will look for the root cause analysis. We will do that. And then we will find that how we can resolve this and also check that in future also it should not be biased. So you can see the transformation of mindset for testing a traditional software versus a AI powered software. So if I'm running fast, you can stop me and talk about it. And I'm open for your questions. If you have any quick question around this only, don't come with the other ones. So if your this thing is not clear or any quick question if you have, please ask. You can unmute yourself. Anyone? Okay, we are good. That's great. So now, what all skills we have kind of demonstrated that we have just are going to see. So let me take you to again on the system itself. So what Hemant has just done, Hemant just pretended himself or actually worked as a manual tester. So what are the challenges of being a manual tester? Or maybe I want to come up with certain set of data with let's say 100 hits or 1000 hits with different other combinations ki I'm in US versus an unknown device at this time and that time. That all combination will make a great overhead on a manual tester and I will feel dizzy and I will not be able to do it. Then I will be taking help from API testing. Okay? So I will show you how the same thing can be done in the API testing. So this is your post request. I'm expecting you have exposure to Postman. Either you are from developer background or QA. You might have seen Postman some or other way. It is more of a tool where you do API testing. You got this URI. You have certain headers and body, and you keep on hitting send here and then checking whether you're getting the right response or not. So this URL is basically coming from here only. Okay. So this is related to this product only. So I've taken it on this particular uh, point where it is kind of landed. Then we have this login which we are checking, and I'm checking with a region called as India. Okay. So if I hit on send, you will see you got a challenge. Challenge means the same thing. It is asking for a verification. You are not getting in easily. Then the region that you are in India. What is a challenge? It is asking for you a SMS verification. SMS, maybe it will send you a 6-digit OTP and then you have to enter it. Correct? That you do usually, right? I am expecting you have been doing on regular basis. If I keep on changing my devices and trying to log in Gmail, I see a lot of time it start asking me SMS code or maybe or even on the Zoom as well. If I switch from Mac to Windows, it asks me for a verification. It's a common thing, but it should not be too much. That is what we are testing in that login functionality. So if I do it for US and then send, so you will see it is allowed and there is no challenge, which is null. If I do Nigeria, then again a challenge with an SMS verification. You can keep on clicking. So every request will be counted with this timestamp, and you can just kind of wrap it up all together and then showcase it further. Now we have done manual testing. We can even see these as well. So this is a fairness matrix which has been designed by developer only. You will not be one who will be creating such API request. So fairness is something which you can send and see that how much fair it is on the region base. So in only US you will see it is best fair and rest of the one is giving you 1.0. It is more of 100%, which means let's say you're trying with 100 login attempts, there are chances for rest of the region except US you might get 90 of the errors. It happens. So we are not talking about single hits which we were doing and we were getting certain results. We are talking about 1,000 hits, and on the total set of 1,000 hits, how much percentage you got. On the basis of that, it could be less as well. It could not be obviously 100%. It will be less, but you can see this the fairness metrics. Fairness, you by the name itself, you can understand how much fair my product is. My login functionality, AI powered login functionality is with different people trying to log in into the my product. Okay. Then we have bias test which you can run across different regions. So this also one API has been built. So you can have n number of such APIs which you can even build yourself as well if you know a bit of coding in Python, or you can take assistance from the developer. There are more chances they will be the one who will be building it. We are the ones who's just testing it whether it is working fine or not. So we will be focusing more on the metrics. We are not the one now who will be focusing more on the coding part. When we see things from the automation testing point of view, your skills were testing on DSA and coding more and less on testing. Here you can see the complete mindset changes and you are on a different platform itself. Your points to check are completely different. Like I just show you drift, bias, all of these are very new topic. So you have to first baseline your fundamentals from the AI testing point of view. Then you have to proceed further with AI, API testing, which again I'm going to teach you. Then you can do the same thing with automation as well. So with automation, what you're trying to do, Hemant, is keep on hitting the send key one by one, maybe 100 times, 1,000 times. Then again it is looking more manual again, right? So again I am putting certain efforts to avoid such big effort and to come up with certain good responses so that you can collectively give and come up to a conclusion. You can now jump to automation itself. In that also you are actually doing the same thing which you do in API. So whatever you are doing in API testing, na, for that itself you will write a code. I will not show you how to write a code now today, but in later stages we will be doing it in at a moment. So let me run it for you quickly that how come you can do it with the. So what I did here is I just show you ki how you were testing it, those API tests, right? So what I did, I kept all those API tests here in this code and then ran this particular test. So you can read the results saying running quick bias test. This simulate 100 identical logins. So this means the buttons I was clicking now one by one. So the same thing can be done with the help of those automation scripts. So here Hemant was not the one who was manually testing and clicking on those buttons one by one and keep on doing those things which we have listed. So you can refer to your test case again and you can see on a I will be sharing you this, you can have a look at it. So you can see one test case here which is saying it is a statistical one where we are trying to have 10 plus test case per region. So one I can do it manually as well, but that will be a hectic task for me. even with the API test on Postman. So what I did is I flagged it, or maybe I added a comment on this, that this particular test case require automation. Why? Because I personally don't feel that I will keep on hitting it, or I will keep my team member to hit it again and then put a lot of effort. So that is what you're doing with the help of automation here. Coming back to what we have got the result, this simulate 100 identical login attempts across your different regions. What you are expecting, same behavior get different risk scores based on the region. Same thing we have tested now. So behavior is same, but the risk scores are different. Behavior means you're trying to log in with the same set of credentials, but you can see the difference where in India it was allowed to test. Sorry, in US one was allowed to enter, but in other region it was not allowed. So this is how you can create a result, and again you can customize your script in a very in-depth as well. This is just a high level where I am trying to showcase that what are the risk scores for different regions. So you can see the risk scores of US is 0.016, an action which is that it is always allowed to enter, and very few people, like 0.016% people, are not allowed, versus if you compare it with the remaining one, which is greater than 30, which I baseline. So it is greater than 30 with those 100 hits which it has done. So that is something which is coming as challenge. Challenge means it will ask you for SMS verification, or maybe two-factor authentication, whatever has been implemented in that particular product or the software. Okay. Again, your biased indicator is okay, which is working fine. So this I have kind of printed it for you, but this is something which we were doing with manual, and with a 100 good set of login attempts at different regions, this is what we have got. So the same thing you can again hand it over to your team, that this is what we have found. Even automation is also going to integrate your things and your results in the CI/CD pipeline. So that also Hemant is going to teach you. So what Hemant is trying to do is you will be first understanding the AI testing fundamentals. That is more important. We will cherry pick one by one each and every topics, and I have such simulators which I show you one of them, where we will be implementing our test cases and everything. Then we will be doing it through API test. Then we will do it through the automation test. So this will be my approach, so that you will be having an exposure of practical stuffs, and you will be able to answer things. While if you guys are planning and trying to go with certifications like CTAI or CT Gen AI, it will be a good for you, and things will kept in your mind because you have done it practically instead of just reading the syllabus. So let me show you quickly the syllabus. This is the syllabus which I have referred to for creating my own syllabus. So these are the kind of topics you will be getting in my syllabus as well. Okay, so let's jump to slides quickly, and then I will take your questions. So what I did just now is I did some manual testing, then I did API testing, then I did automation testing. I didn't written the code. I will write it in the learning while we will doing. I will write a API testing, all of those you have just seen. And then we have analyzed it on the quantitative basis, and the bias evidence we have got. Then I show you certain reports which I can showcase to my leadership, such kind of things, such kind of dashboard, which will be good for somebody to understand who is on the leadership perspective, can be a non-technical person as well. Then you identified a RCA, then what are the business impact? This is important. So business impact could be, let's say, this product is Hemant who is owning or maybe planning to launch across the globe, across the globe. So what could be the challenge? Can you see how much biased my product is for Nigeria and other regions versus US. So I have to come make this product at a position where it should not make you feel biased. So till the time if you don't do that, the business impact could be that people from Nigeria and the other regions who are not getting access easily while they are the genuine users. So Hemant is a genuine user and Hemant is logging on Zoom on daily basis. And every time I see ki it is asking me certain questions, security questions. So I will feel Zoom is not a good tool. I will jump to some other one. So that could be happen. So that is a business loss which could happen in my product of that login thing. If I kept that bias stuff remaining in the product. So who is going to resolve that? People like us will be the one who are going to identify the bias and will be raising it and showcasing it and resolving it. So what are the actions if you identified bias? So we are going to recommend certain development as well, or maybe we have to retrain our product. How we are going to retrain our product? We will be submitting more data, more successful logged in data from regions like Nigeria and India on which we see bad responses. Correct? So that is what the recommendation could be. So you have identified the issue, but how it will be resolved? It will be resolved with the intervention of development, maybe while writing the code of that particular AI model, AI powered software, developer has done the mistake. He has kept US on the priority and rest of the region in the bad way. And the second reason, and the most probable reason, could be the model where you are kind of training it is is a bad data. Bad data as in it is good for US and bad for other regions. So that you have to improve. You have to provide more good data from other regions versus US. So all of these also we have covered. Bias detection we have identified. Then and we checked for the fairness. How much fair my product is. I don't feel it was fair because it was biased. Then you were actually doing certain control testing that you are putting same inputs, same credentials with different groups. Groups as in region, with time, with different devices. That is what we are talking about here. Then you have certain quantitative proofs as well. Then I show you some visuals demonstration as well, which you can share it further. Then we just discuss about the risk. Risk could be that if Hemant wants to launch this product across the globe, uh, there are more chances, and if I left the biasness in it, there are more chances that the regions who are getting this kind of issues, that every time they are trying to log in, they are asked for the security questions. In that cases, my product could fail, and there is no acceptance in it. So that is where there could be the business loss. So I was thinking to launch it global, but it just left only with the US because it was good with the US, but for the rest of the regions, it was responding in a bad way. So what are the things which you are going to do immediately after you identified biasness? You are going to stop further deployment. You are going to assess the business impact or the legal impact. Legal thing also get introduced, not now these days because AI thing is kind of building much. So if legal things come into the picture in later stages, maybe there are chances the level it is trying to reach to, the AI thing, will not be able to. But still, when you are into your limited product or the software which you are designing, and there are certain legal things which has been given it to you that this is what you have to keep in mind while doing and implementing the AI stuff, that you have to assess. You have to apply emergency threshold because this product is not ready for other regions. Then you have to implement and add certain human reviews, why it is happening. Human intervention is required a lot. You cannot completely rely to take, I mean, AI cannot take the complete decision. You need to add human review as well. Fixed training data means, as I said, you will be pushing in more data to that model with better users who have good success rates. Correct? So, what is the second phase you are going to do? You are going to retrain with fair constraint. As I said, you are going to retrain the model with uh, your regions data of Nigeria, India, Australia, all of that. Then you have to build monitoring tool. So there are so many monitoring tools in the market. One is your build dog and so many others. So we will be integrating that as well in our in our learning. Then you have to keep on testing, then you have to communicate the transparency, then you have to prevent the future bias. So these are the learnings you can get. Now the important thing which I want to tell you guys, that if you guys are uh, at a certain progression approach where you are coming from manual testing background, then these are the titles you might be getting into depending on your year of experience as well. Let's say somebody is around 1 to 5 years of experience, will be called as AI test analyst. Then you have to do certain specialization into certain modules like NLP, natural language processing, and vision testing. Then you will become a specialist in a particular domain. Then you will be moving ahead with AI test lead or manager positions. So this will be a manual testing progression. This we are going to cover obviously. Then somebody who's into Playwright and Selenium, that person who is having less than 5, 7 years, something around that, can be called as AI automation engineer, then quality engineer, who knows how to integrate your API automation scripts into pipeline. That person will be called as AI quality engineer, or you can name it as other thing as well. Then the final goal for an automation engineer is solution architect or quality architect with AI being added to it. So somebody who's coming from leadership background, I have seen people are coming with 15 years, with 20 years of experience. That person will be into the direction of implementing the AI into your organization. So that is something you have to know behind that. These are the topics. I know what is bias. I know what is drift. So you have a sense of things that how AI testing work or AI implementation happens. So you will be the one if AI is not introduced into your organization and you are at a leadership role. So you will be the one who will be the initiator of it. So in that path, you will be the one who is going in, taking your team into, and maybe you can become a R&D a leader or something like that. So who will help to help that organization to take things to the direction of AI. So you will be called as AI test manager, then head of AI quality, then your director of responsible AI. So you must be watching people are giving talks around AI testing a lot, and they are more on the leadership role itself. So if you have an essence of things, you know topics well, you will be exploring things practically, then you will be having certain things on your mind so that you can answer and discuss things. So that is what I personally feel. You will be the one who will be giving talks and trainings and also taking your organization into the direction of AI implementation. So that I personally feel could be this path. And all of three I'm going to cater. I'm getting people from 3 years experience to 20 years of experience. So whichever fits, I mean, all of them are the ones who can fit well into this because we are starting off from the very AI fundamentals. Then we are checking it how we can do the same, those concepts through different variety of testings which we do, keeping in mind those concepts which are like bias, drift, and all of that, and not the previous traditional approaches. Okay, so course duration is 12 weeks. Let me first take you to the syllabus quickly. And before that, if you guys have any quick question, we can have a 5 minute chat. Please unmute yourself and you can ask your questions.
Yes, hi.
Hi,
Hi
Raksha.
Hemant.
So, what is this drift you were talking about? Drift.
Drift is one of the topic which talks about, let's say, uh, one guy, one person who has got an MBBS in 1990 or maybe 2000. Okay. So in his mind, in his knowledge and skills, he knows how one illness will be treated and identified. Let's say typhoid, for example. So he know there is a cough and such kind of things is the reason one can have typhoid, for example. So now you're doing the same thing with an AI model. So you're pushing the images of your results of those tests you have done. Test means medical test, I'm saying, on a patient, and then you're uploading it in your AI model, and you are in 2026, right? So you have trained that model on which you are uploading your images by that person, that doctor who was uh, kind of pass in 2000. So he has a old knowledge and skills, and he has not updated it. So what will happen? The AI model, which has been trained with the knowledge of that doctor, will also give some bad responses, or you can say poor responses, or you can say not so fit responses as per 2026 analysis. So maybe he was analyzing in later previous years with two identifiers. Maybe one is having cough and bad throat, anything like that. In 2026, we identified it with five different options. So those five different options are not ready with that AI model because you have trained it with the old data, bad data.
So
So you have
it's
to keep
basically.
your system updated with the latest data. Those five elements should be there in your AI model so that your answer will be given correctly. So that is what drift is. Drift means your model on which you are trying to test thing is trained on the old data and you are not giving it the latest one. Okay. I'm feeling you're getting answers. So what we are trying to do is we are trying to replace one's knowledge with an AI bot or a AI powered software. So there, that particular knowledge is outdated. So what you will be doing is you will be, for removing the drift, you will be adding up more data which is latest. So more research papers you will be adding from different medical things so that you can do. Yes, Ankur.
Hi Hemant. So Hemant, I was asking like, can we apply this in all kind of testings like web-based testing, mobile-based testing, as well as in desktop-based testing? Because in my organization we were looking something from AI testing like uh, it should suffice every kind of testing. Like my manager has asked me to perform a POC on any such tool, which can suffice for all kind
I
of
got a
testing.
question. Ankur,
Yeah.
see, there are two things. Can you please mute yourself? There are two things. One is your traditional software. We are the ones who have been testing it from the very long time. In that, what you can introduce automation testing. That might, I guess you have done that previously. Then you have to integrate AI powered tools like Cursor, Copilot, so that they can write scripts for you. And if they write scripts for you, and even they can help you create the whole framework as well, there you can actually have to just look at it and see that code which has been written by that AI is correct or not. So that is I'm talking about traditional testing, which I personally feel you are also doing. You might be having certain traditional softwares and you might be doing certain testing. So in that case, those testing methodologies remain same, which you are doing. Normal SDLC, all of that. Bug life cycle, whatever you learned. Now, here I'm talking about when I say drift, when I say bias, these are the topics which fits well for a AI powered product. Let me just make it jump for you. So with this also you can have a understanding. So this is codebench.com. This is my website where we help full stack developer who are aspiring full stack developer become or join a company. So this is how it has been designed, where you can person a person who is trying to go ahead in that direction to become a developer will be learning HTML, JS, React, all of this. Okay. So in this itself, we have integrated our AI model. So let me show you that. So here in this challenges, I'm going here in this practical code, and you see this button. This is saying ask AI senior dev. And if you click on open chat, here you can ask, can you brief me more about this task? Okay, simple English you are giving. You are actually putting all your questions and query around this scenario which has been asked from you. This is one of the challenge which we are giving it to the students so that they can learn things. Okay. But if that challenge one is not able to even understand, or maybe he want to build his knowledge and skills around this challenge and then wants to answer. So instead of asking a human or a senior engineer of him in a company, he can ask from the AI senior developer. So sure, you have got a function can access that's suppressed to determine if a user. So it has given me a kind of more brief about what exactly is the thing. So here, what else you can do? So this is around JavaScript, right? What you can do, you can start asking what is C sharp. So this is a JavaScript question. Why Hemant is asking what is C sharp? So it has given me the answer, but it was not related to this. So you will be discussing ki whether this bot will only be talking about this challenge, or can this bot also talk about any random question as well? So this can be our testing. So again, I'm saying this is coming from the perspective of AI powered tool. So you have two different verticals. One is your traditional testing, where you can introduce AI through that MCPs, Copilot, and so many other things. Even there are so many new companies coming up like Test Sigma, which will write automation test cases for you, even manual test cases for you. There is Lambda test, which will write a whole set of mobile scripts for you. They will mimic the whole mobile testing. So that is a separate vertical. I'm talking about a product which has been designed with an AI integration. Okay, so we will be covering both, but I am expecting you know how to test something which was a traditional thing. Now I'm teaching you more about what covers under this ISTQB CT which is your future. Maybe not today, but the next company which you are going to join will be having a AI powered tool or an in-house LM model which you will be testing. Then you should know what is drift, what is bias, what is under training, overfitting, underfitting, these kind of topics. So for AI powered software, topics are completely different to test. For a traditional thing, things are same, but you are trying to push AI into it so that your effort will be more. You are seamlessly able to write scripts, test cases, and each and everything will be done by AI. Still, you are testing the same thing, the traditional model. So even I'm taking you to the future thing as well. Maybe not today, but you might be watching. And if you guys are watching the every day almost 1,000 AI powered software are launching, and for them also they need certain QAs to test it. So we are the one who can be that QA. So there is a big demand in QA vertical as well. Why? I've just showed you, if that product they have designed, if they push that with a bias in it, so that product is not ready to go further. So that testing is very much mandatory, in which we are the ones who are going to contribute. Okay, so let me come back to this code bench. Here you can I will be helping you and assisting you how you can test this up. And this will be your core project on which you will be testing almost all the topics which we are having in the syllabus. And also one more thing we have in this interview section, which can be considered as a AI, where let's say you, so there's a voice command which you can give and check how much it is accepting. Correct? So let me quickly complete this assessment. So here you see start voice input. This is not going to work because I am having access to, so my mic is having given access to Zoom. So when you are out of the Zoom, then you will be saying something and that will be written here. So I will be giving access of this code bench as well in the offering which I'm giving you in the course. So this will be also included. So this is around like 2000 rupees for 3 months that I'm including in the course itself. So you can just say something and that will be kind of printed here. So here what we are trying to do is we are taking a behavior round of a person, behavior interview. Okay. So what how you are going to target this as an QA you have to target. So if I'm saying yes, no, maybe whatever I'm saying, will that be exactly written here or not? So this will be one more test. And the major thing which we are going to see in this is the learn challenges part, where we will be also checking boundary values and corner scenarios as well in these challenges. Okay, so I have good set of practical things to offer you, so you can have a look at them easily and understand it from the practical manner. So let me just take it further, and then in the last 15 minutes, 10-15 minutes, I will take more questions. And let me take you to the syllabus. So this is a syllabus of mine which will cover your AI testing fundamentals completely, and you will be ready enough to go with. There are two certifications which are in demand in the market from the AI testing point of view, that is being offered from ISTQB. I'm planning to give it yet. I have not done it. So my knowledge and skill which you can rely on is that this AI powered tool which we have built is been tested by me. So you can understand that all those topics which I am talking about has been implemented around this and tested on this. That is where I have learned. So I'm good enough to even give the test now. So that is what I am going to hand it over to you as well, my all learnings through this particular project, and such kind of also samples I am going to give you, which will help you to understand the real scenarios. Coming back to the syllabus, so this we have just discussed this difference between traditional and AI testing. Here we look for reliable, confident, and risk analysis. So I will be also giving you exposure to manual automation and giving you what is there in this particular syllabus module from the CTAI perspective. When I say CTAI, it is one of the certification from ISTQB, and this is a syllabus, 100 page or 99-page syllabus. I can share it with you if you want. So this is the future which you will be taking up to, and if you add this AI testing into your uh, CV, and even you can add Codebench as well as your project, then there are chances you will get opportunities on LinkedIn from the AI powered companies as well. They could be startup, but your exposure will be great. So here I am also telling you from the CT AI perspective. So these are the two certification going on in the market, and also we will be giving you exposure with different domains. How you can see one topic from the healthcare point of view and finance and retail. So like three of them I have given. We can choose either two of it and then we can proceed further. So this will be kind of new topics for you. So you can have a look at the syllabus again. So it will be kind of heavy words from my side a lot if I just start reading all of them. So I would like you guys to have a look at this particular course detail. And if you want to look for certain topics, you can just Google it and see how what all we are checking. Even you can put this course URL in the chat GPT and say ki, uh, how much percentage CTAI certification syllabus it is covering. Okay. So that way you can check if you want to be kind of lazy. So these all topics you are going to find in the syllabus. So that is what has been inspired. This is inspired from this place itself. So I'm covering up a lot of good 70% syllabus of CTAI and GenAI. So you will be good enough to go for a test or a exam of CTAI as well as for the GenAI after this course. Okay, so this we have not covered yet, so I will just be naming them. That is something we can do. This is something we just done. So we just checked for the API testing and we will be doing the hands-on on the REST API testing for AI services. I just show you that as well. These are your AI services which I'm having on this. So this kind of exposure you are going to get and complete end-to-end workflow testing. And in this also, we will be adding the automation too, which I just show you. So for that, I will be giving you a 3 days of Python session so that you can understand that. But the people who are coming from manual testing only don't have to worry. You will be getting a lot of knowledge and skills out of this course. It is not something only for manual and only for automation. This is not the case. We are learning something new, which is AI testing fundamentals, which is a common thing for both of you. Okay. So whichever suits well to you, it is also going to give manual testers also an opportunity because this is a new thing in the market, right? And even the automation engineer also do a manual test run before writing the scripts for it. Okay. So this we can do. I just show you one set of automation API testing. Similarly, you will be doing similar task. I will be giving you certain task as well on regular basis with these all topics. Then this is LLM and generative AI testing. This is LLM means your ChatGPT, Perplexity, DeepSeek, or all are your LLMs. So how you are going to create a prompt that we are going to learn, how you're going to interact with that LLM from the AI testing perspective, obviously. So what should we say to that LLM? If this is what we want, and this is my context and the right prompt, we can write it to it. Then again, this prompt testing methodology, how good is our prompt? We are going to see and we are going to test it on the ChatGPT like interfaces. ChatGPT and Perplexity, whichever you guys are using regularly, you can just take it at. Hallucination is very important topic in this course, which you might have seen and talking to ChatGPT a lot. I am assuming everyone do. So in that case, you might be wondering ki when I am talking about something, and let's say you are asking a question and you know the answer, but you might be watching ki in ChatGPT itself, I've seen ChatGPT will give you a wrong answer with confidence, a good confidence. So that is what hallucination is. If you are getting a false response or a bad response in a very confident manner from that model, that is what hallucination is, and that is what we are going to test. And also your safety testing. This again, this manual verification of LLM. We will be writing prompt, how it is responding. We can create our automated prompt as well, which means you will integrate a API key behind, and that will create a prompt for you. That prompt will be obviously related to create a test case for me for such topics or use cases. So that is what we are going to write for the automation code. RAG is something that product which you can design with the help of RAG, which means, let's say, one is a trained model, one being that uh, you have you are having a model which you are talking to, which will be taking references from the genuine documents you have provided it to. So that is what RAG is. There's a documents behind, or a lot of documents behind, and then you are asking queries on that document section. Let's say that document doesn't contain that particular section or the question answer, then it will jump back into further into its other models to check it out, and it's self training. So first it will check what all documents and the words it is having or available. Then it will move further to look for the other things, other approaches, but it will give you an answer. But that is what we have to check as well, that that answer fits well or not. Is the AI making us fool or not? That also we have to check. And also we have to also make the AI model fool by giving random questions. So that JS question it was asking me in the challenge, I starting asking question from C sharp. Okay. So that is what I can do. I won't say it a corner scenario, but it is something out of context thing I'm trying to hit. So I'm giving a false prompt or a wrong prompt and checking how come it is responding me. Okay, so we will go very in depth into it. There is so many things to cover, so it will be kind of so much for you now. Vision testing, if you are not sure, that can also be done with the help of automation these days. There are so many tools coming which can test your UI with automation as well. So that also you can test it for your AI powered software. That is what it is telling. So how to do that, all those things. Even if you are uploading the images, maybe I just uploaded two, three different images. So how it will be able to classify, or a common question you will see on Google. So if I put and upload 100 cats images, okay. So will my model be able to identify whether this is a cat or not? So at what percentage out of 100 it is able to identify? Let's say out of 100, my model was not able to identify 3 4 of them, and those 3 4 they said कि it is a dog and not a cat. So that percentage become 96% for you, that your product is 96% accurate because it has identified the right image, that right person or the animal in the image 96 times versus 100. Okay, this is what you come up with this computer vision testing. So object detection comes in your autonomous testing, where let's say you're driving a car, which is, so you are not driving a car, you are in a car which is Tesla or maybe self-driven car. So how much that car is trained on a certain set of data so that it can easily identify the objects coming in front of it. So Hemant is crossing the road and Tesla is coming towards me. Will that stop for me or not? So that is what it considered is it as a object which is me. So at what distance it is going to stop, how much brake it is going to put, what force it is going to put, that all can be considered. Okay, so then ethical AI and responsible AI is from the security point of view. We have one more lady which is going to join to cover the security context of the AI point of view, she is in a very good company. She's in Fang. So she will be the one who will be giving us an essence of how security testing is being done. And she's the one who is being into that AI model building as well for a particular Fang company. So she can give a good essence. So that is what I'm planning to come up with for you. Then this one we see just now, we created one test automation AI piece of code. I was already having I just show you how I just ran it and you were able to see that you can also do it through automation. ML ops means you are going to integrate your automation scripts in the CI/CD pipeline. Then monitoring, as soon as you are done with all of your testing, you have to keep on monitor as well. Why? Because your data could be changing every day and your model could be trained almost every day or maybe weekly. So it will keep on changing with the accuracy, risk thing, all of those will be keep on updating. This is not in our case. Like in traditional, what we do, if something is finalized, that will be kind of we are going to test. Here, nothing is finalized, right? We are just checking how much we are able to improve our AI model. So that is what require monitoring, and for that you will be integrating certain tools to monitor it. Then you will be checking it on the production as well. There are certain strategies which we are going to go with. Then the real project execution, which I just said, that this being some dummy ones, and my code bench being the real AI powered software where you will be testing things, whichever we are going to test and talk about those topics will be covered here. Capstone completion, capstone I'm talking about again this code bench, which is we are considering the major project which will help us to take things up. So here we are going to have a peer review as well. So you will be having certain set of things ready. We will be using GitHub to push all our code. Even the test case also you can push over there, or we can talk about it if we want to keep it in the Google Drive or on the GitHub. I feel GitHub would be a better option. So there you can have a review among us so that we can learn from each other. Then career transition, I just told you in the slide itself that how you will see yourself if you are coming from manual, automation, or a leadership path. Quickly giving you a course duration and then I'm ready to take your questions. Course duration will be around 12 plus 1, which is 1 is your backup week, right? So we are starting from 2nd of Feb, and option I'm planning to give you, the time you join today is the time you can join starting from Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, 3 days a week, and it will be like 1 hour 45 minutes session. So earlier I was thinking of 1 hour 15 minutes, but I felt it is quite kind of less. So we can have a more interactive session and take more questions. So I made it like 1 hour 45 minutes. Duration is same for the option 2 as well. Even the days are same, but the timings are different. This is the morning and this is the evening for me. So this morning will become a day before for you who are in US. So US people will be having a timing around 9:15 p.m. EST, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. If people are from Australia, they will be, I guess, having 1 p.m. or 1:15 p.m. if you guys are from Australia. And India, obviously, we are having the same time. And in Europe, there are like the different timings. So you can just convert it and see, or you can reach out to me if there is confusion with the timing. So that is why I've given two options. So whichever suits you well, you are good to go. And the previous demo which I have taken was at 9 p.m. day before yesterday. And this become your morning time for US. A later time, but I think this doesn't suits for Australia people because this will be around 2 a.m. in the morning next day. So option 2 I don't think fits well for Australia. It fits well for people in India. So I have to change this 15 to 45. I by mistake did it. So it's 45, not 15 now. So much things I said. Okay, I feel you are not kind of overwhelmed with so many topics. I just tried to explain you. Course links, Laksha, I will be giving you one to one, and I am keep on sharing as well in the groups. You might check it from there. You can find it, or quickly I will share it here as well. So I'm open for questions. You can please start asking your questions. You can unmute yourself, or you can just uh, put your question in the chat, whichever suits you. Anyone has any questions? And coming to the price point is like $250 for this course, which will be around 22,500 on an average for people in India. For AOD and Europe, you can check out with me. I have to double check how much it is becoming. So $250 is what the price is. So you can just double check with your own money thing. Any questions, anyone? You can mute yourself. Is this, I mean, so much things I said? I don't see any questions. Okay, then, whosoever is interested can reach out to me one to one. You all have my numbers, or either you guys are in one of the group of mine. So you can just reach out to me if you are interested. If you still have few queries, you can just quickly ask from me as well. And we can start, we are starting from 2nd Feb. So uh, we can go ahead with this. Thank you all. So I'm just closing this call. Thank you, everyone.